Lewis does very well there, and there's Bernardo Silva with a birthday equaliser late on.
Do you know, as I was watching that move form from Manchester City at one stage.
Haaland, here's a chance for Erling Haaland, and he needs no second invitation. On his 100th appearance for Manchester City, his 9th. Contested the title the past 2 seasons. Manchester City and Arsenal is at the Etihad. It's on week 5 of the season. Here's Kovacic, and via the goalkeeper's hand and the post, the Croatian Mateo Kovacic opts not to celebrate having scored against.
It's Haaland. It's 1-1. Of course it is. And he is. Moritz always got himself into a horrible mess here. And Kevin De Bruyne pounces. You cannot hang about. You cannot did it.
When it happens like it just has for Ipswich Town.
Haaland did as well. He could score again. This is just amazing. Haaland suddenly received it. Just like that.
You're always in the wrong position. Well, Paquetá was caught on it, and Haaland is through, and Haaland rolls the champions ahead again. Relentless force that. There's Jack Grealish, Bernardo Silva, Kovacic, Rico Lewis, Erling Haaland belts it in. The precision, the intricacy of the passing that went before is one thing. Nunez through for Erling Haaland. Haaland alone. Haaland hat-trick. Manchester City's points. Hunger to the point.
Maybe thought about hitting it. It rolls Haaland's way, and you know what happens next. His insatiable appetite for goal.
This is the space that City have been waiting for.
Oh, and Haaland just bumps his way past Pinnock, through on goal! And when that happens, there is never any doubt.
Savinho. In for Haaland, chance for Haaland, goal for Haaland! A little slow to react to the short corner. Grealish. And it's Kovacic, and it's steered into the net, and City have found a way through. And that
Time. He always loved this competition. Oh, that's short. And McAtee was onto that in a flash. Back for Grealish. Now Doku took it well, took it beautifully. Jeremy Doku opens the scoring. Nicely done, Lewis. Mateus Nunes. Well, that's brilliant. Watford thought they'd done enough, but Mateus Nunes back to Mark Haaland. Grealish. Gvardiol, nice check, lovely finish. We've seen this movie before. Manchester City go.
That's no surprise there. Doku sending it across, first time shot headed away by Kashia, and it takes a deflection. İlkay Gundogan's shot deflecting home, Manchester City ahead in the 8th minute. Jeremy Doku again, back with Foden, it's 2-0 Manchester City, and Phil Foden celebrates his first start of the season. Haaland times his run, I think he's timed it well, round the goalkeeper, 3-0 Manchester City. Well, he looked frustrated a few. To Stones, here comes Rico Lewis, the little flick from Foden, lashed home. Little look across from James McAtee. 4-0 Manchester City.
Ball needed.
Diaz rising. Kovacic! Absolutely thumped it through the crowd. In the 1890s.
Ball over from Foden. Bernardo Silva. Kovacic! Oh, he enjoyed that one. And so did the Etihad. Here's Doku. Options gathering in the middle. He fancies it himself. Oh, that is fantastic. And that probably sees off.
Gvardiol to hit. Oh, and what a hit it is too! A gorgeous goal from Joško Gvardiol has the champions back on terms at Molineux. The game for Manchester City. Oh, they've made it pay! The champions have won it at the end! John Stones with another late goal.
And then two further up trying to keep City away as Foden takes it on, and Foden buries it. 2.5 minutes into the game, and Phil Foden away from Reynesh this time, into the penalty area, in towards Haaland. Oh, he's somehow put that in. How on earth did he score that? He might well smile. Incredible finish. Macchiato, Gundogan back to Nunes, changing the angle of delivery. Up goes Stones. He scored again. John Stones. Sundays. Not sure that tonight's scoring is over yet, though, as Foden teases it through, and it's now on for Erling Haaland. 4 and 2 for him. Nunes against Vindal. Emphatic finish. It's 5 for Manchester City. And Sparta's misery.
Bernardo Silva. Matheus Nunes. Oh, it's a lovely cross. And it's in from Erling Haaland. They tried to keep him in check, but you just can't.
Manchester City stepping it up now. Here's Savinho. To Nunes! And that could be the first step on the road to recovery. It's been a...
Gundogan. Oh, it's a fantastic header from Gvardiol! Oh, headed goals don't get much better than that.
Morita had his pocket picked there. It's Phil Foden for Manchester City. Goes for goal and scores. Inside 4 minutes, Manchester City are gifted.
Ayari. Ruta, I think, had gone too early anyway. Kovacic getting it forward here for Haaland, who hasn't. He's past Van Hecke, and it's off the other side of the bar and in. It's only 1 moment, but a Haaland and City back.
And City are in front. Driven home by Erling. In goes that City corner. And driven in by Gundogan. It took a deflection. And Manchester City have a second goal. Gundogan. Oh, it's a nice ball. Matheus Nunes has time to look up and look for Haaland, and it's 3-0. City have scored twice.
Process.
Gundogan has space to run into. Still Doku. Here's De Bruyne! What a strike from the Manchester City.
Whether for those attempts, whether Nottingham Forest are going to improve their efforts on target.
Doku for Manchester City. Still going! Great goal! Jeremy Doku.
A couple of Palace players plays it in towards Haaland. Haaland heads it in! City 1, Palace 1. Erling Haaland. It's a Gundogan. Gundogan into De Bruyne. De Bruyne on towards Lewis. Lewis with a chance. 2-2. Rico Lewis. He's only ever scored Premier League goals against Palace. It's a lovely little habit.
Gundogan. De Bruyne. And the header finds the net resoundingly from the scalp of Joško Gvardiol.
And shake the football world, really. There's Foden. Oh, Foden again. He could be in here. Maybe it's not done yet.
Wow.
The picture changes. But
Two.
Bernardo Silva. And the cross, and that's the goal! When they need it.
And Foden will fire one, and it's parried to Savinho, who scores his first goal for Manchester City. And at a time when they really...
Forcing those errors, that's a nice play.
McAtee. De Bruyne. Savinho arriving like a train. They chip it for Erling Haaland.
Brilliant.
And that could be the game for Manchester City.
From Sofal in towards Haaland, but Todibo read the danger, which will return from Savinho, and in it goes! Well, he grabbed his first City goal last time out, and he's played a big part. Dances away from Sofal, looks for Haaland! That is a beautifully constructed Manchester City goal. From back to... Haaland and Foden racing to dart onto it. Here is Haaland. All he needs is the finish. And he is so good at producing that. Oh, here's De Bruyne. He's got Foden with him. It's Foden for four. Everyone knew the goals would flow again for Manchester City.
Grealish for Doku. In off the post, goalkeeper got a touch as well. It's only taken until the 8th minute. Also, themselves a lot of money. And there's another goal. And what a moment it is for Dibin Mubama. Also with numbers darting into the box, but they're in there now. And O'Reilly. And it's 3. It's a great moment for another youngster here, Nico O'Reilly. 3 minutes into the second half. And Jack Grealish makes it 4-0 from the spot. And a certain amount of inner relief. There's Doku from the right. Oh, it's a lovely goal. Beautifully taken by McAtee at the near post. He made the run. I earned it, I'm going to take it. And the goalkeeper was committed, and Doku just dispatched it in keeping with his performance. Foden. Now it is another one. The flag has stayed down. McAtee. Foden's shot turned out to... Passes it in, and there's number 8. And it's
5 minutes. De Bruyne's ball in here. Foden tickles it in. Moments after Brentford had one disallowed at one end. Manchester City in a moment here. Savinho straight at the goalkeeper. Foden straight past him. Phil Foden destroying Brentford again. 7 in 6.
De Bruyne. And Foden turns and scores. Foden. Kovacic to strike. 2. A brace of goals in barely 3 minutes. De Bruyne again, in once more, teeing up Foden, who scores his second and Manchester City's third. They are cruising, and if it stays at this margin... Doku. At pace, Jeremy Doku! For the second time this season, Manchester City score 4 against it with Doku. And there's Erling Haaland, who celebrates the signing of his new deal with yet another goal. McAtee, too easy. Ipswich standing like
Kanji. He's done well to make progress, and Bernardo Silva's forced to save. Grealish! He's only just arrived in the game. But Jack Grealish, of which is Mateus Nunes, and here's Grealish again. Mateus Nunes, Haaland! And Manchester City have scored twice in 3 minutes.
Gundogan Lifted into the path here of Nunes. Sanchez came and Guardiola scored! Haaland nicking it away from Chalobah. Goalkeeper has come here. Erling Haaland! Yeah. Drop off. This will be 6 Premier League games unbeaten. That's Haaland. He's fed it for Foden, and Foden is all by himself. And Phil Foden settles it with strength and self-certainty.
It's opened uphill for Mateo Kovacic, and he went all the way.
Well, the relief is here.
Savinho. Guardiola is in here. Oh, it's an own goal. Turned in by Ordóñez. Guardiola got for. Savinho, beautifully taken, and he scored. Breathing space for Manchester City for the first time in a while.
Foden. Savinho. Clever. Haaland. Effective booming header by Erling Haaland, who makes his point.
Here's Lewis, deflected in. Manchester City on level. Rico Lewis. Grealish floated into De Bruyne, who has reached it and scored for Manchester City. It's a wonderful.
Se metió en el área, Guardiola, va la pelota para Josko. ¡Haaland! ¡Claro que sí! Erling. ¡Gol! Allí va Erling Haaland. ¡Claro que sí! ¡Gol!
Ederson taking a direct route here, and Marmoush is in! And sometimes direct is good. Omar Marmoush to his left. Oh, it's up again for Marmoush. City chasing a third. It's a hat-trick! Wow! Again! Gundogan's corner, Haaland's flick, and it's turned in by McAtee.
Allí va Omar Marmoush, el travesaño. ¡Claro que sí, Nico! ¡Gol!
Doku sitting into the penalty area again. Haaland, it's a tap-in. Manchester City run it through as Haaland passes to the back.
Foden leaves it. De Bruyne takes it, and the header is a very successful one from Nico O'Reilly. It is 1-1, those extra few seconds. He's got his mind back on it now, it's a deeper one. And in the end, Nico O'Reilly at the double here. Certainly get there first, what's in his mind here? He slipped as he had the shot. And line one up again for De Bruyne. Job done. Not been easy.
Erling Haaland, never in doubt. Although Manchester City couldn't find a way through for Gundogan there, who has it now. And Marmoush, room to shoot. He well and truly did. Whose impact has been notable already. Feeds Haaland, and this time he takes the chance. And there, a case of Semenyo, but he hasn't got a hold of it. O'Reilly has. Beautifully done for Marmoush. That's quite the entrance. And it's quite the turnaround. Tigerishly working hard to win it back and looking for Savinho. And in towards Grealish! The early boost that Manchester City so craved. And a goal. Diaz in towards O'Reilly, and Hermansen had it and lost it. And Marmoush picks up the pieces. has really taken to life.
De Bruyne. Brilliant. Perfection from De Bruyne. Manchester City getting in his way, finds the cross. De Bruyne gets it across, and there's Gundogan again on the follow-up. This time it's Marmoush. And Manchester City are level.
Main goal scorer.
O'Reilly puts it across, looking for De Bruyne. Picked up here by Kovacic. Brilliant start to the second half for Manchester City.
But it could go to 3-5-2.
Needed the right touch there from McAtee. Surely this time. Well, it was an outstanding pass to find James McAtee.
Little clip over the top, up towards Gundogan. Hit by O'Reilly. City 5, Crystal Palace 2. Nico O'Reilly with a side-foot volley.
Manchester City far more of a threat now. And they made the breakthrough. And guess who's made the breakthrough? It's Nico O'Reilly. Who wasn't expecting that. Gundogan, Kovacic, that wraps it up. Second half stoppage time, and Manchester City.
Burst of pace, and Bernardo Silva scores. Despite Emi Martinez getting a bit. Doku. Skipping clear of decisive, cross the face, and it's Matheus Nunes who wins it at the death for Manchester City.
Driving run from him, and here's Lewis to strike an early blow for City. Marmoush to take, and Guardiola to make it 2. They were not to be denied.
They've come close, nothing to show for it. And on the back foot again here. Gundogan feeding Doku, dancing his way through, trying to set up De Bruyne, and he's managed that. Kevin De Bruyne with the breakthrough.
It's a long way out here. That's a stunner! Omar Marmoush! From downtown to the back of the net, and no. Yes, to Kovacic. Matheus Nunes was offside. Gundogan isn't. Bernardo Silva isn't, and City running in for their second goal of the night. There's Nico Gonzalez. He's got Gundogan inside him. Gundogan's got to stay onside. Gonzalez takes it on himself and puts the game to bed. It's a first Premier League goal.
Marmoush. Nunes into the box. Nunez. Leno got the touch. And acrobatically in by İlkay Gundogan. Haaland sends Leno the wrong way. Sends the travelling City support.
Goes wide to Savinho. Carried away by the keeper and then turned in by Phil Foden. Scored in the Club World Cup final in 2020. Sports in Philadelphia. Foden, Doku, 2-0.
Haaland was ready for it to come, but it's the back of the net anyway. What a sweet finish from İlkay Gundogan. It's Echeverri. It's his first ever goal from Manchester City. The Wonder Kid has arrived. And that one puts the goalkeeper the wrong way with no problem at all. Goal, scanning the... Who's in for his second goal of the game. Away from Eric, who stays down, claiming he was fouled there. Rodri to Bob. And he catches the keeper out of the front post. City score what they hope is their fifth. Alina complaining.
Again, their own worst enemy at times. Alain, as Haaland is unselfish, and Cherki is in for his first goal for Manchester City.
A lovely ball through here for Doku, who steps inside and finds the bottom corner, and Manchester City have the opening goal, taken superbly. Up against Kostic, lovely little ball through, and it's pulled right across the 6-yard box and put in for an own goal. Kalulu.
Quite the different test for Juve today.
Reinders rolls it through, it's a chance here across for Haaland! Erling Haaland will not score many easier than that.
The Cope Miners trying to build out of the back on a goal kick.
Just instinct, wasn't it, from Ederson there? This is Haaland. The way opens up for Erling Haaland. He slides it through. Foden can't get there. Foden will get there. Straight off the bench. Phil Foden with the impact to make it. Header away there by Thuram. Back in towards Haaland. Haaland again. De Gregorio had to come up with a big save, and this time it's in. What a strike! In off the crossbar. Manchester City have another one.
Reinders, that's beautiful. Slips it for Aït-Nouri, and it's shuffled in. Bernardo Silva. There's no offside flag. Bernardo Silva sends it in. Haaland with the flick, and again, Erling Haaland, 2-2. Cherki looking for Foden. That's a brilliant delivery. What a finish from Phil Foden. They needed something.
Some standing out low.